Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my favourite makeup products of 2017. I've seen loads of people do this on YouTube recently and I thought it would be really good to go through some of my favourite products from this year. I feel like I've really been introduced to so much more makeup than I ever have done before really. I went to my first eye mats, Pro Beauty, which if you're in England you might know what that is, and it's just a convention where it's a bit like eye mats but a bit smaller. And then there's UMA as well, which I did a live makeup there, and that is the what is that? Oh, I can't think what it is. If I remember there'll be words down here somewhere. Anyway, so I'm going to kick off with, what am I going to do? I would do primers, but actually I don't use primers on my face, so I can't recommend any to you guys. Don't know where my words were there. So yes, unfortunately I'm not going to recommend any primers just because I don't wear them myself, so it wouldn't be a fair judgment to give you guys my thoughts on anything like that. If I am going to prime my face, I generally just use a moisturiser, and that will help my skin and also help the foundation stay on my skin, so you know. Anyway, moving on. So I'm actually going to go through loads of different products. I think I'll probably start off with foundations first. And let me see, I have like a box here. I've got loads of palettes and loads of things to talk about, so I'm hopefully not going to ramble on too much and get through it pretty quickly, but it might be a bit of a long video, so get a drink, sit down, get ready. Okay, so in terms of foundations, I'm going to start off with the Maybelline Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Concealer. Hopefully my camera will focus and that's how it looks. This is in medium beige. I do have light tan, porcelain and a sort of chestnut colour because I wanted to find a foundation that would be really nice and full coverage on my clients, and I absolutely love this. It's really affordable. I think it's £11 or £13 per bottle, and I bought a few of these off of Beauty Bay, and I honestly recommend these if you're looking for a full coverage but more of like a drugstore kind of pricing. This is amazing. The only thing I will say though is that from the colours that I do have, they do seem to be a bit more of a pink undertone rather than yellow, so that for me is not very good seeing as I am a yellow undertone, but I do highly recommend this if you are looking for something like this. Moving on to another drugstore foundation, and this is the e.l.f. foundation. I don't even know what, that's all it says, it's just an e.l.f. foundation. Come on camera, please focus, thank you. And this doesn't state whether it's full coverage, medium. If you haven't seen my video on this foundation, then I will put a card up here somewhere. And it's brilliant. I think, again, this was about £7, really nice. In the shops, which is in Superdrug, I could only find 4 shades, which kind of sucks, but I have had a look online and there does appear to be more shades online for you to choose from. The shade that I bought that was perfect for myself was Sand, and it's really nice. It lasts, it's not too oily. I've only worn it a couple of times, so I can't give you a full review, but again, I would recommend this, especially if you're looking for a medium to full coverage but you don't want to fork out for a lot. And again, it's cheaper than the Maybelline as well, so it's definitely one to try. Moving on to another foundation which I've grown to love, let's just say that, is the Urban Decay All Night Foundation. I am in the shade number 3. This, when I first bought it, she colour matched me at eye mats. I was really excited. I've never tried really much from Urban Decay, even though I wanted to. And she did say it does oxidise. Back then I did fake tan. Now I don't really bother because I can't be bothered. But anyway, so I got the colour, the shade number 3. It's brilliant. It's really nice. It's full coverage. It's matte. One thing I will say is it does oxidise on the skin, so that is something to be aware of. It doesn't go too dark, but once you've got your bronzers, blushes, everything like that on, it can look a hell of a lot darker than what it first looks like when you put it on, so you might want to go for a shade lighter. This is definitely on the higher end kind of pricing, as I think these are £29, but absolutely worth buying, and I probably will replace this when I run out. Back to the drugstore foundations. One that I recently purchased and just absolutely fell in love with, I've actually got it on today, is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This is amazing. It's not too drying compared to the Urban Decay, which can go a little bit too dry. So this is more of a summer foundation, I think, anyway. This one is so nice. It does mattify quite quickly, it dries down. It's not drying on the skin though, so when you put concealer on and put a bit of powder on top, it doesn't look like, it looks more skin-like than when it's really powdered. So this is incredible. I do have 120, this is 115 because I found that 120 was a little bit too dark. This is again from Superdrug, and it was around £6-7, so absolutely affordable. I don't particularly like the tube, but honestly, as I've said in many videos before, it's the product that counts, it's what's inside that counts. So really recommend this. Alright, so moving on to concealers now. I'm going to start off with another Maybelline product, and this is the Eraser Concealer. I have several bottles of these. I've gone through, this is my second bottle in the last couple of months. I really like this product. I've got them in several different shades as well for clients, because I think it's brilliant on clients. So if any of you are freelance makeup artists, I do recommend you getting some of these. The only downfall is the kind of hygienic side of it, because this is a sponge, I don't know why I do that, you can't see it anyway, because it's a sponge tip applicator, it's kind of hard to sterilize. If you use it on yourself, it's perfect, but I do love the concealer on clients. It's not too heavy, it does crease like most concealers, but then you just have to powder, and it's actually really good, I found, for covering spots that are a little bit red that your foundation isn't covering. I bought this in a deal and I got like 3 for 2 or something, so I really stocked up. But I would definitely recommend this to any of you wanting to look for a drugstore concealer out there. Moving on, I got this in my birthday haul. I wanted to try it mainly because, and I've said it again in previous videos, when I'm looking for makeup to buy, I have to kind of cater to clients as well. I can't just cater to myself. So I bought this amazing palette by Freedom, and it's, I think it is, the company is Freedom, but it's Professional London, and all of these are kind of like the pro artist sets, I suppose you could say. I do have more that I will show you later on in the video, so keep an eye out for that. But this is fantastic. I love these concealers for under the eyes, and I really like them especially for priming the lids and also carving out the brow, because I think it's perfect. And there are so many colours in here. You could contour, you can use them on different people, different clients and things. And this was on offer, and I think it was about £5, which does seem really cheap, but I promise you it is extremely good quality. Okay, so moving on to my last concealer that I have is the MAC Select Cover Up Concealer, and this is in NW15. Now I didn't know whether to actually put this in this video because apparently it is being discontinued, so that makes me really sad. And I don't actually use this as a concealer. I use this to do my eyes in terms of when I do cut creases, halo eyes, things like that. This is the perfect product to do that with. It's really full coverage, it can dry down semi-matte as well, which I really like. This is a brand new bottle. I'm really hoping to stock up on some others before they're totally gone. I don't know why MAC is discontinuing this. The only thing with this as well is it's very expensive. You do get a lot in this and you probably don't use it that much as well. I don't, because I only use it for my eyes, but it's £16 for this little bottle, which makes me really sad, but it is so worth it. One thing I forgot to mention before talking about foundations and things was actually the Nyx Pore Filler. I know I don't use primers, but I do have very large pores, so if I can find a primer that's going to minimise that, then I hopefully will. But for now, I really enjoy using the Nyx Pore Filler. This is my second bottle this year, and it's really good. It's so smoothing, it's really moisturising, it fills in the pores, and when you put your foundation on, it does not look cakey. So I would recommend this if you're looking for a drugstore pore filler. So moving on to powders. I have only used one powder this entire year, and I really should branch out and try others, but the one I've been using is the Ben Nye Fair Translucent Powder. If you look on any of my Instagram posts where I list the products, I can guarantee you it will be there. I just love this product. I had a small tub of the banana powder by Ben Nye. I ran out of that, and then when I was at IMATS this year, I saw that they were selling tubs this big, which are 8 ounces of product for, I think it was like £8, something really cheap. And I knew this was going to last me, I knew I'd use it on clients, and I have not looked anywhere else since. There's no flashback. It's really good. Ben Nye is not really a brand you would think about in the beauty community. They are definitely more on the special effects side of things, but I can guarantee you will be so happy with this kind of powder. It is a very loose powder, so if you're into more of the pressed powders, it's maybe not for you. But I love it. There are loads of different shades as well. There's obviously like just a normal translucent, there's banana, there's fair. I'm sure they do darker ones as well, but clearly I'm not that dark where I would need one. But this tub, when was IMATS? May, and it's, you know, just over halfway as well, so it's definitely lasted me a long time. So I'm now going to move on to contouring and blushes and highlights and things like that. So the main thing that I've been using so much recently is the Makeup Revolution Pro HD Contour Powder. The lid broke on this, which makes me so sad, but I've been using this. I don't know if you can tell, but I've actually hit pan on 2 of these, and this is phenomenal. Again, it's something that I use on my clients and myself. I was more drawn to the 2 darker colours, and I realised that actually it was too dark for me, so I've been leaning more towards these 2, and it's such a beautiful, subtle, kind of more natural contour. Earlier this year I was using a lot of cream contours, which I always found that I would look too cakey, so I've moved on to the more the powders, and this palette was £10 from Makeup Revolution. You cannot go wrong. You get 8 colours in this, and kind of 2 lighter shades as well that you could use to set on your under eye, so that's also a bonus. As for blush, I'm not a massive fan of blusher, just because I don't know, I don't really like pinks on me. I will wear pink, but I don't know, I don't like it. Anyway, so the one that I've been using a lot is the Sigma Aura powder, which looks like this. I have talked about this before on my channel. I've also done a video of my Sigma unboxing, which I'll put another card up there so you can have a look at that if you want to check that out. But this is such a beautiful powder. It's so subtle as well, and you can build it up, which is really nice. But yeah, it's got like a hint of pink, hint of peach. It's just lovely and natural, so if I do want to put any kind of blush on, I will put this on. If not, I just usually stick to bronzers and powder contour anyway. So, but I really like this. So again, thank you to Sigma for sending me this. Moving on to highlights, the one that I've been using really quite a bit since I bought this is again by Makeup Revolution, and this is the Soph Does Nails collab with Makeup Revolution. Again, I did a full video on this, so be sure to check that out. The link will be up there. But yeah, this is so beautiful. I really enjoyed these colours. This palette was £8 from Superdrug, and although one shadow has broken, I am starting to notice that I probably will hit pan on this very soon. If you're not, you know, keen on highlighters, or you don't want the full glow, I recommend getting this just because you can build it up. So if you do like a bit more of a heavier glow, this is perfect. If you want something more subtle, it's also perfect. I love using this on my clients again. It's really affordable. I'm so glad Soph did a collaboration with Makeup Revolution, and I actually find that I've been drawn to this palette more than any different Makeup Revolution highlighter palette that I do own, just because I find that the shininess and the glow of it is better. So yeah, I really like this. one that I purchased yesterday, and I know that might not be fair to add this into the video, but I already know and can tell that I'm going to love this in the future, so I may as well just add this in now. And again, it is by Freedom Professional London. These packages are so sleek and it's so ridiculously cheap as well. So this is their Pro Blush palette. I don't understand why it's called a blush palette, because it's not blusher, it's highlighter. But this is just so phenomenally beautiful. I have it on my face today. I had to put it on. It's really, really nice. And I think I got this for £5 for this entire palette. It does have one matte shade in here and the others are pretty shimmery. But if you have a Superdrug near you, I should really recommend going and checking this brand out, because you can find so much for so cheap. It makes no sense. But I've just ordered more off Tan Beauty website of the Freedom products, which I'm really excited to try out. But yeah, go check that out. This is really beautiful. I've got like 3 different highlighter shades on right now. I've got the gold, the more of like the champagne, and then this kind of pink colour here, and it just is stunning. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to some eyebrow products, and I only have 2, because these are the only 2 I've really used all year. And the first one I'm going to talk about is my absolute favourite, and it's by Nyx, and it's the brow gel, and the one I use is Espresso. This is so good. If you want brows like mine, which are more of like the Instagram brow, I don't do natural brows. I've tried, it looks weird on me. It probably doesn't, I just don't like them. But this is so good. I used to use, I don't even know what I used to use. I used to use, it's also like a brow pomade by Nyx, which was brilliant, and I love the colour. It was a little bit more grey than sort of like a chestnut brown, if you know what I mean. But the problem with that was it was transferable. That's probably not a real word, but if I really used to wear it and then, you know, on an evening or whatever time during the day, and I was cuddling my boyfriend or whatever, and I always found that my brow would transfer onto him, whether it was his face or, you know, chest or anything like that, and I didn't like that. I don't like the idea of my brows moving. This is just, you know, there's nothing that comes off this. You do have to really scrub your brows when you want to take off this product, but it's so good and I like it for that. I don't think it's waterproof. It is waterproof, I've just read it, ignore that last statement. It's waterproof, it's dead cheap, you get such a big bottle, and if you, like I say, if you do want like kind of more of the Instagram brow, this is such a good product to use. It does dry down really quick though, so if you're not very confident in brows, I maybe wouldn't recommend this because you do have to work really quick, but it's a fantastic brow product and I love it and highly recommend it. The next brow product that I'm going to talk about is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil that looks like this. I got these 2 around the same time to try out. I do like this brow pencil, I do. It is definitely a pencil. It's so unbelievably tiny, which does help compared to the e.l.f. one that I recently showed you in, what, a video ago, 2 videos ago, which is super thick, and this is really good for drawing little hairs. It's not very precise though, because it's not a point, it's still quite rounded, so if you wanted a sharp edge, that's not very good for this. But if you just want something to fill in your brows, if your brows are quite thick already and in a nice shape, I do recommend this. I think it's what, £6-7 again, and it does come with a spoolie on the end, so it is like a dual brow pencil, which I do really enjoy. Moving on to some eyeliners and mascaras. I say that in a plural sense. There isn't anything plural about it, just because I have used the same products pretty much all year again, and again it's by NYX, and the eyeliner that I cannot stop using is the matte black NYX eyeliner. This is so good. I prefer matte over gloss or vinyl, which they also do, and I think this, I've bought maybe 6 or 7 this year, just because I use them on my clients, I use them on me, I just love it. The wand on this, can you call it a wand? The applicator is really fine. Really fine on the end there. So I would say if you're not used to using this kind of applicator, don't buy it. NYX do have various other eyeliners which are pen shaped, so it's going to be easy for you to draw like a wing line or anything. I just know how to do it. I've had a lot of practice, so I love this, and it's so black, so dark, and it lasts. It doesn't crumble like a lot of eyeliners, which is the one main thing that I really like about this. My voice is going but yeah, so I really recommend this. It's £6. You can't go wrong. I hope NYX never discontinue this. So I don't really have a pencil liner to talk about, so I'm just going to move straight on to mascara. And again, there's only one mascara I've been using for the majority of the year, and it's again by NYX, and it is the double stacked mascara. This obviously comes, if you know this product, it comes with a white tube as well, and that is the fibre. This is just a normal mascara. I love this. It makes my lashes so thick and dark and quite long. The only thing I will say about this is it can go clumpy real fast, so you do have to work quickly. If you're going to use it, I would probably recommend using a separate spoolie afterwards just to really separate your lashes, because this is really quite thick and it can get quite clumpy, as I said before. So that's the only downfall with this, but I like it. I kind of wish this was sold separately because I don't like using fibres near my eyes. It freaks me out. I feel like I'm going to go blind, but maybe one day NYX will do this mascara on its own. So yeah, highly recommend this. I think it was, for the two, I think it's about £12. Don't quote me on that, but look into it yourselves if you want to know. But it's really good anyway, so I've used this nearly every day, and this is my second tube, so very good. Alright, so I'm going to go on to some lip products before I move on to the main thing for me, which is eyeshadow. So the lipsticks that I've been using. Okay, so I have two different ones just because I didn't want to talk about 15 million different lipsticks. But if you guys have watched me for any length of time here on YouTube, you'll know that I just love matte lipsticks, and it's the only thing I really wear. I don't like gloss, I don't like sticky, I don't like feeling a lip product on. Once it's on there, I just want it to stay on there and not feel like I've got anything on, which is what I get with these products. Now this is by a company called Real Be Cosmetics. I discovered them this year at IMATS, I think, and I have several different colours. These are just 3 of the colours. You'll have seen me wear these so often. This is the brown one I'm wearing right now. It's so beautiful. The red one is probably one of, if not the, like, my favourite of all the red lipsticks that I own. It looks quite bright in the tube, but when you apply it, it's a lot darker. It dries beautiful. They're smudge proof. Once they're on, that's it, it's on. They last a really long time. The only problem with these are that when you eat something or drink something for a long period of time, you kind of get the whole butthole thing going on. And if you don't know what I mean by that, it's where the lip product just starts coming off around the centre, but it's not a big deal because you can just reapply it. So again, I really enjoy these. I'll have the link to this company down below. They're mainly on Instagram, but really beautiful and so inexpensive, and they also do some phenomenal lashes as well. So go check those out, they are amazing. Okay, so the other brand whose lip products I've been thoroughly enjoying recently is by Makeup Revolution, and the 2 that I own are these 2. I've recently just done a giveaway with 10 shades of lipsticks, matte, gloss, metallic, which the winner has already been announced. So if you did enter that, thank you, and you know, there will be more in the future. So the 2 that I've got are Echelon, or Echelon, I think it was actually called, which is this beautiful kind of pinky, nude, mauvey kind of lipstick. It's really beautiful. This is matte, because, you know, I'm a matte queen, I prefer it. But yeah, really, really stunning. And then the first one I actually bought was Regal, which is like this burnt orange. Now I wish this was a little bit darker because it's a bit too bright, but beautiful. It looks so stunning. If you're somebody who thinks that, you know, suits orange, this is really, really gorgeous, and again, really inexpensive, £6 a piece. And as I said before, they do the mattes, the gloss, the metallics, they do normal lipsticks, which I own quite a few of, and they are really nice, I have to admit that. Even though I don't really wear lipsticks, I do enjoy them. So yeah, just the whole kind of Makeup Revolution collection I would definitely recommend. It's just an amazing drugstore brand, to be honest. The palettes that I have used so much this year have been the Juvia's Place palettes. I have 4 of these. My amazing boyfriend bought me these as a gift for finishing uni back in like June. They're so amazing. If you haven't heard of Juvia's, did I say Palace? It's not Palace, Juvia's Place, sorry, oh my gosh. If you've not heard of these, just go look them up on Instagram. They're just so beautiful. So I've got the Saharan, which looks like this. I like these. The colour is a bit like mixed. I don't know what the right word is, but I've used several of these colours. I really like this orangey red. The black's really nice, and I like the fact that they've got a mixture of mattes and shimmers, which is lovely. That's the Saharan. I have the Nubian 2, which looks like this. Bigger pans, again, mattes and shimmers. This is really, really pretty. And one of the main things as well is I love the artwork on this. So good. I also have just the Nubian 1, the first one. This is a more of a neutral palette. I love this. I have used this palette so many times on my clients. I'm not going to do any swatches just because I've got quite a few to talk about, so I want to save a bit of time. But they are so beautiful and really affordable as well. I think Chris got a deal on these on Beauty Bay because you can buy them in the UK, and I don't think he paid too much for them. He didn't really tell me, but I know he got like 3 palettes in one deal, so that's really good. And then the final palette is the Masquerade Mini, which again I really love. These kind of blues and the purples I've used many times, created some fabulous looks. They are all shimmers though, and I think there's maybe 4 mattes by the looks of it in this palette, and they're like the brown shades, but really stunning. Again, the artwork's so beautiful. I love the colour scheme of this. It's just so fun and colourful and creative, so definitely go check Juvia's Place, not Palace, out on Instagram. So one palette which I wish I've had more time to use this year, and only in the last couple of months actually bought this for my birthday, and it's of course the Jacqueline Hill palette. It's a little bit more on the pricey side compared to the other Morphe palettes. This is £32, I think, 32 or 37 pounds. But, and I've mentioned this in one of my last videos, my birthday haul, that's what it was, because I got it for my birthday. But if you are on the fence about buying this, just go and buy it if you can afford it. Don't put yourself out of pocket, of course, but really beautiful. The colours are so stunning. I'm so happy I bought this. I think, I just love it, and I've created some really stunning looks with this. If you don't follow me on Instagram to view these looks, please go follow me. It would mean the world. But yeah, so really stunning. Well done to Jacqueline again for just creating such an amazing collab with Morphe. Alright, so moving on to another product by Freedom Professional London, and I probably shouldn't put this in this video because I haven't used it all year, but it's another one of those products that I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep using really often, and I've recently bought more of this brand, so I'm going to do a whole video review on this in a couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that. But I saw, and I'm so happy I came across this, but I saw that they had these magnetic palettes and loads of single shadows, and I've been wanting one for ages, and I know Z Palette have them, but the Z Palette's so expensive. This was £5. I've just bought one last night which holds about 30 shadows, which was £6 for the magnetic case. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Anyway, opening this up. Now, not all of these are by Freedom, but I have just recently put my NYX single shadows in with a couple of the Freedom ones, and they're so good. The Freedom ones, I haven't actually had a chance to try it on my eyes yet, but I swatched them last night and oh my god, they are so pigmented. I could not believe. I was a bit skeptical because the shadows were actually only £2 per one. I think a couple of them were a bit more expensive, but wow, honestly, I can't wait to do a video on this and try these out and give you a full review because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be so impressed with this. But yeah, so really happy. And again, actually, as a 2-in-1, the single NYX shadows are also something I've been using a lot this year, a lot more. I bought them at iMats. They normally come in a separate you can buy separate holders for the NYX ones, but you can either only hold 4 or 9 shadows in, which to me isn't enough, and then you end up having like 16 different palettes. So I'm really happy that I found the magnetic palette here as well. So that is something that I'm really excited about for the end of the year. So we'll see how good they are and I will give you a review on it. Last, but certainly not least, the final palette I'm going to show you and talk to you about is the palette that I used on my eyes today, and I won this in a giveaway on Christmas Eve, and I got it Boxing Day, day after. I literally got this yesterday, I think, and it's the Morphe, look how big this is, it's the Morphe 39A palette. Oh, I was going to buy this anyway, but the fact that I won this in a giveaway, I'm really happy. So yeah, I did a makeup look with this today and I was so drawn to the greens and golds. I don't know why, I just like greens and I've always struggled finding a good green colour or shades anyway. But yeah, so this is the palette. I am so excited, and I just nearly shouted then, but I am really excited to use this palette. It's huge, it's going to last me forever. I'm really sad that this is limited edition. I feel like I just want to buy a second one just in case I don't run out. But yes, I'm really happy I won this because I was going to buy the 35B palette, which is the colourful matte one, and this has got a lot of the bright coloured shades in there as well, so you'll definitely see me using this a lot more in the near future. Really beautiful. If you haven't already bought this, go buy it. It is £32, so you know, if you've got any like Christmas money, or if your birthday's in December like mine and you have any birthday money, it's definitely worth a buy. It's £32 for this palette, and I'm not joking. I was really shocked when it came in the post because I didn't realise how big this was going to be. But oh, I can only imagine the amount of eye makeups and things I'm going to create with this. So very happy. So that is it for my favourites of 2017. I'm not going to do a like least favourites. I don't want to put this on a end this year on a downer, but what crazy year this has been for me, honestly. I started this YouTube channel back about 6 months ago, and guys, unless I get more followers today, we are 6 followers away from 500. Now I know to many of you that might not seem a lot, but I have built this from 0. We had no followers, we had no subscribers 6 months ago, and we have now nearly 500. That's amazing to me. If you guys could please subscribe if you are new to this channel and help me get to that 500 mark before the end of 2017, it would really make my year. This year's been both good and really bad, mostly good though, but yeah, so if you guys could please just help me do this, I would be so happy. I can't believe we're 2018 in like 2-3 days out of what is going on, but yeah, I just want to thank you all for all of your support. Honestly, I can't tell you how much It means to me. I really wanted to get to 1,000 subscribers, but maybe that was being a bit too optimistic for being such a new channel. We'll hit that next year. We have to. It's silly not to. So thank you so much, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. I know that every one of you who subscribed are so genuine and are here because you enjoy my content, and that means a lot to me. And I just hope that you guys have also had a good year, or you know, you've made resolutions that are gonna really push you next year and help you get to where you want to be. I hope all the best for every single one of you watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed this makeup collection. I've really experimented a lot this year with makeup, so it's been fun and I'm excited to see what next year holds. So yeah, I hope you have a fabulous new year, and I will see you guys in 2018. Alright guys, well, subscribe, give this video a huge thumbs up please, leave me comments down below. I seriously love all of you, and I'll see you next year. Bye guys!